Why act like a saint? Who'd eat this pig slop? What trash is this? They said I was pretending kind and humiliating people with pig slop, but the meal plan I set was 3 dishes and a soup for 5 yuan. For attention. When I rushed into the cafeteria, Lily was slamming her tray onto the counter, and the pork and soup splashed everywhere. Lunch Lady Jane stood there helplessly, pale, those hands that always gave poor students. An extra 2 scoops of food were shaking non-stop. I walked right past Lily and straight over to Jane. I picked up some tissues and carefully wiped the soup off her face. So kindness really is the cheapest thing. In this world, this window will be shut down for good.
Isn't 5 yuan money too? Why do they get to eat tuna? We only get to eat this greasy braised pork.
She stretched the word greasy. Point the camera a little higher. Point the phone at Aunt Zhang's face. The live chat. Support Lily.
Aren't poor.
That lady is out of line.
Really? Aren't poor student.
Aunt Zhang was flustered she could barely speak.
Sell. This braised pork was bought fresh this morning. I even picked the best pork belly.
I simmered it for 2 hours.
Simmered? Yeah, right.
Lily Lin shoved the tray away. Chunks of meat rolled onto the floor.
Look at this fat. It's dripping with grease. You call slop fit for pigs and expect to fool us?
The words pig slop stabbed my heart. Auntie Zhang's eyes turned red at once. I pushed through the crowd and rushed in. Lily Lin immediately swung camera toward me. She spoke up excited.
Look, Miss Quinn is showing her face. Say it in front of everyone. Did you do this on purpose, using this kind of cheap food disgust us?
I forced down the anger. Auntie Zhang bought all these ingredients at the market before dawn, just as carefully chosen.
Cut the fake act.
She shrieked, cutting me off, spittle flying.
If you're doing this for us, why can't all counters serve the same food? We want tuna too. Why treat us differently?
I was shaking, my nails digging into my palms. This saying, had she lost her mind? $5 for tuna. Why not just rob one? The viewer count was still skyrocketing, and the chat was flooded with filthy insults. Then, I saw the most glaring comment. It was from Wang Gang. I paid for him Wang Gang's 3 years of tuition. When he first enrolled, he didn't even have decent clothes. I paid his tuition. I gave him living expenses, and last year, when his mother needed surgery, I fronted the medical bills. But now, he led the online attack against me. My phone buzzed non-stop with texts from unknown numbers. One abusive text after another.
Go die. So what if you're rich? People like you belong in hell.
My name was on trending list, followed by the 3 chilling words, a hypocrite. What hurt even more was, in the comments, I recognized many profile pictures. The junior girl I helped revise her scholarship application late, quit school. The senior I was kicking me when I was down, attacking me with the nastiest words. I watched Lily still there. Fake wiping her tears, watching the livestream mob go wild and Wang Gang's ungrateful comment. At that moment, my heart went completely cold. I turned and walked away, with the rich kids around me laughing.
I told you not to meddle in other people's business.
That's what happens to a sucker who's nice.
You thought you were some kind of savior, but they didn't appreciate it at all.
I finally understood that feeding kindness to dogs is the stupidest thing in the world. Don't you think this meal tastes awful? Fine. Then no one eats it again. After I got back to the dorm, my phone kept buzzing, and vicious messages popped up on the screen.
You think having money means doing whatever you want? Why aren't you dead yet?
I turned my phone off. The world finally went quiet, but those insults still kept echoing in my head. Then, there was a knock at the door.
Sheen, Teacher Lee from Student Affairs. Leaders want you at the administration building now to explain what happened today. You've already hurt the school.
I stayed silent. When Teacher Lee got no response, his tone turned hard.
Sheen Xiaoran, keep running, and the school will take necessary action.
I gave a cold laugh. They're not going after the troublemakers, but they come after me. They think I'm easy pickings. After the footsteps faded, I turned my phone on and called. It's me. Check some people for me. Lily, Wang Gang. And those who stirred up trouble in the live stream, I want to know everything about them. The other person answered right away.
How deep do you want me to dig?
As deep as possible. Especially Wang Gang. After I hung up, I opened the laptop. A forum thread had already gone up attacking me, with titles getting nastier. Exposing dark secrets of the dirty dealings behind the dirty deal behind the aid office window, the face of a hypocrite. What's even funnier is that a bunch of students I used to support started piling on under those posts. That guy I once helped pay for medical care is now swearing I used that to harass him. And that girl I got a job for is even accusing me of withholding her pay. I never knew people could be this cruel. The next morning, I was jolted awake by banging on the door.
Qin Xiaoran, get out. For every poor student.
Through the peephole, Lily led over 20 people blocking the door. All were live streaming.
Look at her, hiding like a coward. This is the true face of the rich. They do something shameful and can't face anyone. We didn't have courage left.
I took a breath and yanked the door open.
So you finally dared to come out.
Lily would shove
Right in my face.
Please explain in front of everyone why you used low-quality ingredients to poison poor students.
I looked at her coldly. She didn't expect that reaction from me.
Done talking.
Her face froze.
Now that you're done, it's my turn. I moved forward. Lily Lynn. Do you dare tell everyone how much that plain dress you're wearing costs?
The crowd stirred. I turned to face the cameras and said,
3 days from now, I'll hold a public briefing in the cafeteria. Then, all the truth will come out.
Then I shut the door. The real show had just begun. The backlash grew, and even my dad's company stock price was affected. The night before the press conference, I was checking files when someone knocked on the dorm door. It was Lily Lynn. She couldn't hide her smug look. I opened the door and didn't let her speak.
Miss Lynn, late visit. Are you here to give me your final warning?
I hunched my shoulders.
Seeing those posts online, and my company's stock price, I was terrified.
Lily hadn't expected that reaction. She froze, then contempt flashed in her eyes.
Now you're scared. Where were you earlier? Qin Shaoran, at tomorrow's press conference. Do exactly what we say. Apologize publicly, then give us the same meals as rich kids. Otherwise.
She let out a cold snort, full of threat. I kept acting panicked, looking at her uneasily.
Otherwise what? What can you do to my family?
You think I'm
As I looked timid, Lily grew even more smug.
You don't know how powerful public opinion can be. The wise know when to bend. Lower your head and admit you were wrong. It's better for everyone.
She even stepped forward and said, in a fake soothing tone,
Shaoran, your family's rich anyway. What's the difference between 5 million and 50 million? If you let us eat well, we'll thank you for it.
Really? Thanks for reminding me, classmate Lynn. I'll think it over.
I forced back a cold laugh while wearing a look of gratitude and fear.
That's more like it.
Lily nodded, satisfied.
Then she turned and left, nose in the air, shutting the door behind.
The fake look on my face vanished at once. She actually believed I'd give in. When the truth comes out tomorrow, I couldn't wait to see how that smug look on her face would change.
On the day of the press conference, the cafeteria was packed. Even the aisles were full, and the reporters were waiting. Before I got on stage, Lily went to the mic. She choked back tears as she spoke.
Fellow students, members of the media, standing here today, I feel very heavy-hearted.
She was crying her eyes out.
We poor students never want to take advantage of anyone. We just want fairness. Why do some people eat tuna while we only have braised pork? Is being poor a sin?
Applause broke out below. Poor students wiped away tears. Seeing this, Lily played it up even more.
Today, all we want is for Qin Shaoran to give us an explanation. We're not asking for much. We want every serving window to have the same dishes.
I watched her performance, and after she finished I walked up to the podium. Lily Lynn gave me a smug glance, as if she'd already won. Miss Quinn, how do you respond? Do you admit you discriminated against poor students? How will you make up for the harm done to those students? The reporters fired questions at me. I adjusted the microphone, and the hall instantly fell silent. First, I want to thank student Lily Lynn for her speech. It helped me see my mistakes more clearly. I said calmly. Lily Lynn smiled triumphantly and flashed a peace sign at the live camera. My biggest mistake was treating poor students and rich kids differently, I continued. I shouldn't have assumed poor students needed special care, and I shouldn't have assumed they'd value that kindness. Lily Lynn's smile froze. She noticed something was off. I scanned the room and said, so I decided to fix this mistake. Starting today, the discount window is closed for good. Everyone is treated the same. Everyone will eat at market prices. If you think $5 braised pork is an insult, then go eat $5,000 tuna instead. The room exploded. The students from poor families rushed at Lily Lynn in anger.
You lied to us, Lily Lynn. You said she'd give in.
A tall guy grabbed Lily Lynn by the arm.
Without the discount line, how do we live? You're using us.
Lily Lynn froze, then sneered. She turned to the camera, staying calm.
What's the rush? Just joking, right? Don't take it seriously. Miss Qin was joking.
I ignored her and hit remote. Lily Lynn's chat logs appeared on the big screen.
Waiting for Qin Shaoran to give in. We can enjoy cheap, fancy lunches. If this works, maybe we can eat for free. Stick with us, and we'll see you never go hungry. Good food, good clothes.
The room broke into an uproar. Lily Lynn's face went pale, and then the screen showed.
Lily Lynn's family background check.
Address, room 1. Address, room. Her father owns a chain supermarket, and they live in a 2,000 square foot house.
Forge, she has over 10,000 yuan in pocket money every month. Then I showed proof she cheated student aid using a fake poverty certificate. For 3 years in a row, she took the top scholarship tier, totaling 68,000 yuan, money that should have gone to students truly in need.
No, that's not true.
A girl rushed up from the audience. Pointing at Lily Lin, she said in a trembling voice.
I can prove it. I'm the student in real need whose grant she stole. Because I couldn't get the grant, I almost had to drop out last year.
The whole place erupted, and the reporters' cameras flashed non-stop.
That's nonsense. I don't know you.
The girl pulled out her phone and showed their chat history.
Look, this is you showing off your new designer bag to me, and saying your dad bought you a car.
Just then, Garth Wang suddenly rushed out of the crowd and dropped to his knees in front of me.
Xiaoran, I'm sorry. It was because Lin Lily made me. She said if I helped her cause trouble, she'd share the money. I was just confused a moment.
I looked at him coldly.
This was someone I once supported with everything I had. I hit the remote again, and Wang Gang's spending record appeared on the big screen. The latest phone, branded sneakers, and bills from fancy restaurants, all bought with the money I gave him. I pointed at the luxury purchases on screen. This is your poverty. Wang Gang collapsed to the floor at once. His lips trembled, but he couldn't say a word. From today on, all support is cut off, I said firmly.
No, Wang Gang cried. What about my tuition, mom's medical bills? Please give me one more chance.
A chance? I sneered. When you were spreading rumors about me online, did you give me a chance? I turned to the crowd and said word for word, since you all think my kindness is owed to you, then starting today, I take back this kindness. Aside from permanently shutting down the low-price counter, all funding programs end immediately. The room burst into tears and cries. The students who once cursed me were now full of regret. Some knelt and begged. Some cried. And Lin Lily had collapsed, surrounded by an angry crowd.
She tricked us. Senior Chin, we were wrong. Please give us another chance.
The principal and teacher Li hurried onto the stage, looking grim. The principal took the microphone.
In a heavy voice, he said, First, on behalf of the school, I want to offer Qin Xiaoran my sincerest apology.
He bowed to me.
He went on, after the school's investigation, the support window set up by student Qin was indeed a kind act to benefit poor students. The school not only failed to support him, but also pressured him under public criticism. That was our fault.
Teacher Li spoke up, looking ashamed.
Qin, I'm sorry. As a student affairs teacher, I failed to tell right from wrong and hurt you.
The principal turned to the audience, tone stern.
I now announce the disciplinary decision. Student Lin Lily forged a poverty certificate to get a scholarship and stirred up trouble among the students. She is hereby expelled, and all illegal gains will be recovered.
Sobs rose from the crowd. Lin Lily, on the floor, gave a piercing cry.
No, you can't expel me.
Principal remained unmoved and continued.
Student Wang Gang is placed on probation for abusing aid funds and spreading rumors to stir up trouble. All honors and award eligibility are revoked, and the misused aid funds will be recovered.
Wang Gang turned ashen and collapsed to the floor.
At the same time,
the principal raised his voice.
The school will set up a special investigation team to review every scholarship application from scratch. We will make sure this never happens again.
He turned to me.
Student Qin, the school plans a charity aid fund. We hope you can serve as our honorary advisor and help us build a better support system.
I looked into the principal's eyes and nodded. The security guards lifted Li Lily off the floor. Her legs were weak, and she was almost dragged out by force.
No, you can't do this to me. She shrieked hysterically, her carefully styled hair hanging in messy strands over her tear-streaked face. My dad won't let you get away with this.
Wang Gang kept struggling and roaring.
Qin Xiaoran, you bitch, this isn't over.
In the shove, his glasses fell and were crushed under a security guard's foot. The reporter's camera stayed on them. They looked like two clowns, kicked out of the hall before everyone. Then the cafeteria doors slammed shut. The whole hall fell silent. I could hear my own heartbeat and the nervous breathing of the students below the stage. I slowly walked to the front, my gaze sweeping over every frightened face below. You're next. The big screen lit up, showing 5 blood-red words, Wall of Ingratitude. Names started scrolling. Zhang Ming from the School of Economics, rich people just love putting on a show. Li Sisi from the School of Literature, this charity is worse than none at all. Zhao Chang from the School of Computer Science commented, kick her out of our school. Each time a name appeared, muffled sobs rose. Some covered their mouths, others lowered their heads. Some even started quietly crying. Lu Fong from the School of Foreign Languages commented, that smug look on her face makes me sick. Chen Lei from the law school commented, this is an insult to poor students like us. A girl suddenly slid from her seat and dropped to her knees.
Senior, I know I was wrong.
Please. I ignored her and kept looking at the screen. When the 56th name appeared, a voice suddenly shouted, "This isn't fair."
We only said a few words.
I looked at him coldly. A few words from each of you can become a flood that destroys a person. The hall fell silent again, with only the sound of the screen scrolling and the occasional sob. The list went on. Sun Yu Art Academy commented, "She must have tampered with the food." A petite girl suddenly fainted in fright, causing a commotion. Staff quickly carried her out. All 127 comments were from students I sponsored. The crowd was in tears, some clutching their heads as they sobbed. Some stood stunned. I turned off the screen, and the hall went silent. These names, I spoke slowly, will be permanently recorded in the school's files, not to shame you forever, but to remind you. I breathed deeply. Kindness should not be trampled on, and goodwill not taken advantage of. A boy suddenly stood up.
Senior, we were wrong. We understand how much a 5 yuan meal with 3 dishes and a soup is worth.
Precious. I cut him off. So now it's precious, after you trampled this kindness underfoot. What were you thinking? No one answered below the stage. Starting tomorrow, I announced that the school will launch a gratitude education program. All students on the list must complete 100 hours of community service and submit a 100,000-word reflection report. A sigh of relief rippled through the crowd. But then I changed course. If anyone thinks this punishment is too harsh, you can drop out right now. No one raised a hand. I looked at students who had been arrogant and overbearing but were now timid and uneasy. I felt no satisfaction, only a chill. I walked toward that budget window, once full of kindness and hope. I stopped by the window and gently touched the rolling shutter. How many warm meals had drifted out from here? How many smiles from poor students had it seen? It had also recorded Auntie Zhang's kindness by adding an extra scoop. I once thought my voice would sound clear in the silence. A hot, affordable meal. What fills more than just your stomach is your heart too. I yanked down the shutter, and it rattled with a harsh screech. It rolled down. From today, the budget counter would never open again. Those words hit the cafeteria hard, and the crowd erupted at once.
No, you can't shut it down.
A boy shouted himself hoarse.
If this counter shuts down, what do we do?
I turned around, gaze blade sharp. Now you know how to panic. When you followed Lily Lin and egged this on. Why didn't you think about today? I looked at the regretful faces below and said, word by word, congratulations. You smashed your own rice bowl with your own hands. The screen lit up on cue, and red numbers scrolled. Budget counter performance report. Time operation, 3 years and 8 months. Benefiting 565 students. Benefiting 565 students. Serving 235,645 meals and saving students 4.91 million yuan. A wave of sobs rose from the crowd. These numbers now hit everyone's conscience like hammer blows. Nearly 5 million yuan. My voice was icy. So this is the charity you call? This is the slop you look down on? A girl fell to her knees, crying.
Senior, we really know we were wrong. Please, give us one more chance.
A chance. I looked at her. When you were spreading lies online, did you give me a chance? Then, the chairman walked onto the stage. He looked stern and, after scanning the room, spoke up.
By board resolution, we will establish an integrity scholarship in the name of the Quinn family.
The hall fell silent at once. Everyone held their breath.
The scholarship,
He went on.
will completely overhaul the old selection criteria. In addition to grades and financial need, qualities like gratitude and integrity will also become key factors.
He paused, stressing the words.
One more thing. Any student who has made public inappropriate remarks, fabricated facts, or spread malicious slander will be disqualified at once if confirmed.
The crowd erupted in chatter.
That's not fair.
One student shouted.
Are we really going to lose our chance forever just because of one bad mistake?
The board chairman gave him a stern look.
This isn't punishment. It's to show you that character is a person's most valuable asset.
I took the mic. If you don't even have the most basic gratitude, what does top grades really mean? Just then, my phone started buzzing. My dad's assistant texted, Miss Quinn. Charity isn't owed to you. The topic has hit #1, and public opinion is on our side. I gave a slight nod and kept talking to the crowd below. You love to bash rich kids, but now I'm telling you. Even a prince answers to the law. And being poor doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. The room fell silent. Everyone was reflecting and apologizing, and a boy stood up.
He bowed deeply to me. I'm sorry, senior. I admit I was jealous. Jealous that some people are born with everything, while the rest of us worry about our next meal.
But he looked up, tears in his eyes.
That still doesn't make it okay to hurt other people.
Another student stood up.
I was wrong too. I shouldn't have joined in, and I never should have posted those vicious comments online.
Gradually, more and more people stood up to apologize. This time, their remorse sounded much more sincere. Looking at the faces that had once hurt me, now sincerely regretting it, I felt a mix of emotions. Scholarships aren't charity. They're a reward for character, as long as you truly change. And prove it with your actions, you'll get another chance. The hall burst into loud applause. This time, there was no resentment or discontent in it, only hope and determination. Chairman Hui of the school board nodded.
He lowered his voice and said to me, "Xiao Ran, you did very well. This is the true meaning of education."
I looked at those below who had found hope, and said softly, I hope they really understand. Goodwill should not be let down, and kindness should not be taken advantage of. The whole thing quickly blew up online. The most respected news site published an article with a blunt title, "A bowl of rice is kindness. But sack of rice makes you an enemy, so how should good deeds be done? Some people think if you help them, it's right. If you do not help them, they hate you. Like that incident at the college cafeteria window. Offering cheap meals was a kind gesture, yet it got called an insult. What is this world coming to? Our school forum changed overnight. All those posts bashing me were gone by morning. In their place were apology posts.
I'm Zhongming. I was wrong. I shouldn't have followed the crowd. The window's closed now. Then did I realize how hard it is to eat that well for 5 years?
I'm Li Sisi, here to apologize to Senior Chin. I'm sorry. I was jealous your family had money, and I said awful things.
More posts like that popped up. They flooded the feed. One student wrote, in these 3 days, I spent almost 100 yuan on instant noodles. That's when I remembered I used to spend only 300 yuan a month at the cheap window. I didn't know how good I had it. But not everyone admitted they were wrong. My parents got pleading calls. Chin, the kid is young and doesn't know. Please forgive him this once. My mom gave the same polite but firm reply, your kid wasn't so clueless when he was insulting people online. One parent came to my dad's company bearing gifts, hoping to smooth things over. My dad had security throw them out. Now they beg for mercy. Why didn't they think of the consequences when their kids spread lies online? What shocked me most was that at a company partners gathering, my dad said in front of everyone that from now on, our group never works with those from rotten families who bite the hand that feeds them. If someone doesn't know gratitude, they can't run a business well. Word spread fast in the circle. I heard several suppliers set to work with Lily Lin's family supermarket suddenly cancelled their orders. And at that moment, Lily Lin was facing the hardest time of her life. She stood outside the school gate, phone ringing non-stop with debt collectors. Her live stream account got banned. And her microblog and TikTok accounts were unusable. Most crushing was a text from her dad. You've done something humiliating. The family won't help you anymore. Pay back your own debts. She crouched by the roadside crying. A girl close to her walked by and pretended not to know her. She wanted to go to the convenience store to buy water, but realized she couldn't come up with 10 bucks. That's when she remembered she used to swipe her campus card and eat at the cafeteria counter. Now that basic safety net was gone. The dorm manager said her bags had been packed and left in the security office. The school ordered her to move out today. She stood by the roadside with her suitcase and, for the first time, knew she had nowhere to turn. Then her phone rang again. It was a debt collection call from an online loan app. They warned her that if she didn't pay today, they would call her academic advisor.
She cried, I've already been expelled. Please give me a few more days.
And all of it was filmed by a passing student and posted online. This time, no one felt sorry for her. The comments were the same, serves her right. She brought it on herself. Cole King wasn't doing any better.
Even though he wasn't expelled, every club kicked him out, and even the student council president position he cared about most was gone.
The people who sucked up to him now avoided him. No one sat with him in class. He sent me a long apology text. I finished reading it and deleted it right away. Some wounds can't be healed with one apology. That night, I video called my parents. My mom said with red eyes, you've suffered. My dad was much calmer. After going through this, maybe a good thing, it helped you see true colors sooner. After the call, I stood by the window, looking at the campus. After this whole chain of events, I realized something. Kindness is precious, but it has to come with an edge. From now on, my kindness will go only to people who deserve it. Since the support counter was shut down, the struggling students who relied on it have faced hardship never before. Lily eats only 2 meals. 1 steamed bun in the morning, 1 pack of instant noodles at night. She tried the regular counter. But the cheapest vegetable dish costs 15 bucks. That's enough for 3 meals of instant noodles, she said. To save money, she started collecting bottles from classrooms. She makes over $10 a week. Things are worse for Zach in mechanical engineering. He's from the mountains, and he has 2 younger brothers in school. Now he must find a part-time job. He waited tables near campus and worked late every night. Once, so exhausted he fell asleep in class. The teacher scolded him in front of everyone.
I used to think a 5 yuan meal wasn't special.
Zhao Lei said, his eyes red.
Only now do I realize that was the best care Senior Chin could give us.
Zhang Li from the School of Literature started splitting boxes of instant noodles with her roommate to save money. 1 box could last her half a month, but lately she's had stomach pains, and the campus doctor said she's malnourished.
Back at the budget counter, Auntie Zhang used to give me extra meat and say I was too skinny.
Zhang Li started crying as she spoke.
I miss Auntie Zhang's braised pork so much.
It was even worse for Wang Chong in computer science. His mother got sick, and the family spent their savings. Now he only gets rice at the cafeteria every day, and eats it with the free soup. Classmates felt bad and wanted to treat him to a meal, but he turned them down.
I can't rely on other people.
Wang Chong said, but honestly,
I really miss the days when $5 could fill me up.
These students in need started a group chat called Learn From Your Mistakes. They encouraged each other and shared where to find cheap food. Someone found an off-campus supermarket that marked down near expiry food at night. Another found a place where could get free extra rice.
We did all this ourselves.
Li Xiao said in the chat.
If they'd valued it then.
Things wouldn't be like this.
The saddest part is,
These students are more united now. Anyone who finds a part-time job shares it in the group. If anyone runs into trouble, everyone helps out. They say they learned from this that kindness should be cherished. Only by helping each other can they get through times.
If low price counter could reopen,
Xiao Lei said.
I'd be the first to thank Senior Chin, and I'd help keep order too. I wouldn't let anyone badmouth the counter again.
But sadly, there are no ifs in this world. They're paying for what they did, ever since the school cancelled Wang Gang's financial aid eligibility. Next semester tuition was a problem. He tried to find a part-time job, but hit dead ends. When the owner of the data-eating convenience store learned he was ungrateful Wang Gang, he waved him off at once.
the tutoring agency turned him down faster. The parents wanted background checks.
We can't recommend someone like you.
Even the delivery app rejected him because he didn't have an e-bike. A month later, Wang Gang already owed his roommates several hundred yuan.
He lived on instant noodles his roommate gave every day.
He had lost much weight.
I really know I was wrong.
One night, red-eyed, he told his roommate if I could do it over.
I'd not do that again.
But regret was useless. Most painful was getting a call from his mother.
Gang, time to pay Dad's medical bills again.
His mother choked up on the other end of the line.
Has the school grant come through?
Wang Gang held the phone, tears streaming. Mom.
I'm sorry.
He didn't dare tell his mother the truth, so he lied and said the money would come soon. After hanging up, he sat on the dorm rooftop all night. Early the next morning, he made the painful decision to drop out. At the academic office, filing withdrawal papers, a staff member said coldly, "Have you thought through? If you leave, you can never come back." Wang Gang lowered his head, voice trembling.
I've thought it through.
As he walked out of the school gate with his luggage, he ran into classmates who finished class. Everyone looked at him strangely. Some of them even pointed at him. So that's Wang Gang, the ungrateful jerk. Serves him right. He brought it on himself.
Just then,
A luxury car pulled up at the school gate. I stepped out and locked eyes with Wang Gang. He dropped to his knees heavily.
Senior Chin, I know I was wrong. Please give me a chance to turn over a new leaf.
I looked at his miserable state, my feelings all mixed up. You chose this road yourself. I said, since you chose betrayal, you have to face the consequences of kindness betrayed. He broke down, crying his eyes.
I can work, pay it back. I'll do anything.
No, I cut him off. Some mistakes can't be fixed with an apology. Watching him limp away, dragging his suitcase, I couldn't tell what I was feeling. I looked away. I got into the car. Drive to the foundation office. I told the driver the school was moving fast. The ethics review, the scholarships, and the special aid fund were already underway. As the honorary advisor, I held the final approval. My desk was piled high with documents. These were the first-round reflection reports and community service records from the 127 students who had insulted me online. Miss Quinn, Assistant Sean handed me a list.
The preliminary screening results. Some students still have attitude problems.
I flipped through the list and gave a cold laugh. Even now, some people still dared to play tricks. Go verify these people's reports. I pointed at several names. These look as if they were made by AI or copied from the internet. And these people's community service hours too. 12 stamped hours in one day. So they didn't need class or sleep and just swept the streets for 12 hours straight. Little Chen got on it at once. Within half a day, the results came out. I posted the confirmed evidence on the school's academic affairs bulletin board. Notice on revoking future award and aid eligibility for 15 students, including Ethan Carter and Lily Harper. The attachments clearly showed their plagiarism reports from ghostwriting software, along with surveillance screenshots of fake community service stamps. That completely crushed the last bit of wishful thinking some people had. That afternoon, someone knocked on my office door. It was Ethan Carter, who had led online claims that I was putting on a show. He rushed in, drenched in sweat. His eyes were red.
Quinn, I was wrong. I've been too busy with my part-time jobs lately. I didn't have time to write the 100,000 words. So I hired someone online to do it. Please don't cancel my eligibility. My family is counting on the scholarship to pay my tuition.
I didn't look up. I kept reading the file. What are you working part-time for?
For food.
You used to eat at the budget window. Monthly food cost was under $300. Time saved was enough to get first place in your major courses. And more than enough to finish this report properly. I set down my pen and looked at him coldly. Miles, you still don't get it. I set this punishment of 100,000 words and 100 hours not to torture you. It was to weed out those who know how to repent. If you even fake an apology, what makes you think other people's donations should go to a liar like you? Miles went pale and couldn't say a word. Get out. I pointed at the door. From today on, any fund set up by the Quinn family will be forever closed to you. Zane Walker left in a daze, and it caused a stir at school. Those students finally understood. I didn't mean to scare them. Real sharpness draws real blood. The rest of the students started volunteering at nursing homes, helping at special schools, biting their pens under streetlights at midnight. Writing self-reflections. Lily Woods, already expelled, had sunk into the mud. She had over $100,000 in online loans and couldn't pay the interest. By chance, in the underground parking lot of an upscale club. I saw her again. That day, I had finished talking business with a few older family friends and was about to leave. I had reached when I heard arguing in the corner.
Mr. Lewis, you said before that if I went with you to that dinner, you'd help me cover this $100,000 hole.
That voice was too familiar. I stopped. All could see was Lily Lynn, wearing a cheap knockoff evening dress, clutching the sleeve of a pot-bellied middle-aged man. Her makeup couldn't hide the exhaustion and panic. Then Louis Liu shook her off hard. His face was full of disgust.
And you dare bring that up? Why don't you ask who was at that dinner? The one in the seat of honor today was from the Quinn family. What you did to the Quinn's eldest daughter back in school. Everyone in this circle knows. If I brought you in, how can I stay in business?
Lily Lynn was struck dumb, frozen to the spot. The Quinn family.
Get lost. Bad luck. You almost got me killed.
Louis Liu spat and drove off. Lily Lynn collapsed onto the cold parking garage floor, covered her face, and cried. I stepped out of the shadows. My heels clicked sharp in the empty garage. The moment she looked up and saw me, her pupils shrank and recoiled as if she'd seen a ghost.
Quincy Shaw.
I looked down at her. She was desperate for money, her eyes full of humiliation and resentment. But in the end, it turned into begging.
Miss Quinn, I'm out of options. The debt collectors go to my hometown every day and make a scene. My parents put a notice in the paper cutting ties with me. Lend me $100,000. 50 is enough. I'll do anything for you.
50 grand. I looked at her face, wrecked by life, and let out a laugh. Lily Lane, do you remember bringing people to the cafeteria? And pointing at face, cursing me. What kind of look did you have when you said I was feeding you pig slop? Whole body trembled, and tears poured down her face.
I was wrong. I know I was wrong.
Too late. I dropped the smile, eyes ice cold. I gave you chances before. When you spread lies online, when you put on that tearful act at the press conference, all you wanted was to crush me under your heel. Bleed me dry. If you've ended up like this, it's not because I'm cruel. It's because you destroyed every way out for yourself. I opened the car door, leaving her with a last line. Remember this feeling. This is the payback you earned for using others' kindness. The car pulled out of the garage. In the rearview mirror, Lily Lynn lay on the ground like unwanted trash. After being expelled, Victor Wong still didn't behave. A month later, a self-media post titled The Arrogance of Capital blew up online. The bloody tears of poor top student forced out of school. In the article, Victor Wong, in the first person, angrily condemned how he was suppressed by Miss Quinn Chin. He never said he stole scholarship money to buy luxury goods. Instead, he painted himself as forced to stand up against privilege to cover his mother's medical bills, only to end up crushed by the school's collusion with big money. The fighter forced out of school. The article stirred people and even included a photo of his mother on a hospital bed. Overnight, public opinion surged again. Class hatred is the easiest fuse to light online. Netizens, not knowing the full story, shared it like crazy. The Quinn family is brutal. Firing him wasn't enough, they even forced him to drop out. That low-price food window was just a tax dodge for capitalists. Protect Warren. Investigate Quinn family assets. When the market opened, my dad's company stock dipped slightly. The assistant panicked. Miss Quinn, Miss Quinn. Someone is pulling behind this article. It's our biggest rival. A show group PR firm has been fanning the flames. They gave Warren $300,000. They wanted him to come and bite us back. My dad sat in his office chair.
He let out a cold snort. That Joe bastard is panicking, making a big deal out of this petty mess.
He turned to look at me.
This started because of you. How are you going to handle it?
I put down my phone, not a hint of panic in my eyes. After going through that last online pile-on, this kind of stunt was a joke to me. If they want to play the online opinion game, then we'll make the stage even bigger. I stood up and straightened my jacket. Contact the biggest streaming platform. Tonight at 8. I'm hosting a public live call-in stream online. Invite Wang Gang by name, and the social media editor from the Zhou group too. Then I lowered my voice and gave the assistant more instructions. Send someone back to hometown and bring Wang Gang's mother here. Make sure the best medical team goes with them.
8 that night.
As the stream went live, tens of millions of viewers poured in. Comments were packed, all from people cursing me, Wang Gang, and that media outlet.
The editor logged in on time.
On screen, Warren King was in a worn-out t-shirt, unshaven, with sunken eyes. He looked miserable.
When Quinton Shaw saw Warren King, he struck first, voice choking up. I already dropped out. You ruined my life. What else do you want from me? You're even cutting off money that could save my mom. Do you have any conscience?
The self-media editor-in-chief jumped in, sounding righteous.
Miss Quinn, facing a devoted son driven into a corner trying to pay for his mother's treatment. Don't you think your methods are too cruel?
The live chat exploded, filled with comments calling her a blood-sucking capitalist and a vicious woman. I watched the performance. Only after they finished did I speak, calm. Warren King. You said you were desperate because of your mother's bills. Warren King gritted his teeth. What about the $300,000 hush money you got from the Cho group?
Did that go to the hospital?
When I said that, Wade's face changed, and the self-media editor-in-chief froze too.
What nonsense are you talking about?
I didn't give them a chance to talk their way out of it. I dropped a bank statement and a screenshot of the chat log into the public feed. It was the transaction record between the Chow Group's PR manager and Wade. $300,000 hit your account at 10 this morning. I stared at panicked Wade on screen, voice cold. But at 2 this afternoon. You paid a $200,000 deposit at the Porsche dealership downtown and ordered a sports car. Murder King, you used conscience selling money to buy a sports car, yet online cried your mom had no money for treatment. Is this what you call having a conscience? The internet exploded. The comments paused, then came back with harsher outrage. But this time, all of it was aimed at Wade. Holy crap, what a scammer, using people's sympathy online to buy a Porsche. Weston King panicked. Cold sweat beaded on his forehead, and he started stammering.
Easy.
You faked that. My mom's in county hospital waiting to die. How could I be out buying a car?
Really? I let out a cold laugh and gave a clap. The door behind me was pushed open. 2 senior caregivers wheeled in a wheelchair, and sitting in it was none other than Weston King's mother. Now, she wasn't in that shabby county hospital room. She was wearing a clean hospital gown. She looked much better than before. The moment Weston King saw his mother on the screen, he froze in shock.
Mom, why you? Why are you?
Weston King's mother looked at him on screen, full of lies, and tears of despair streamed down her face.
Weston, you beast.
The old man trembled as he cursed in heartbreak.
Miss Quinn sent people yesterday to take me to the best heart hospital. She paid for my surgery and brought in specialists to consult. They told what you did at school. I could barely believe it. I paid for college and you repaid kindness with betrayal.
Wade collapsed in his chair, pale as death. Seeing things go bad, the self-media editor cut the live call at once. He ran. I looked into the camera, calm but firm. I, Quinn Shaw, never do charity to buy a good name. And not to let people bleed me dry. I paid for Wade's mother's surgery because this mother once risked her life to save a drowning child when she was young. She is a kind, respected elder. That money was to repay someone good. It had nothing to do with Wade. Wade, you're suspected of working with a PR firm to smear and extort me. My legal team has already called the police. $300,000 is enough to send you in for a few years. I'm looking into the camera, and this is my message to the internet. I'll say one last time, kindness is not weakness. And it's not for others to take advantage of. The Chin family's charity will be open to the grateful, but for those ungrateful parasites. If I see one, I'll crush it. The live stream ended with donations and a screen full of, sorry, Miss Quinn. You go, sis. The next day, the Chow Group was taken in by authorities for unfair competition and spreading rumors. Its stock price crashed, and Wang Gang was arrested outside a Porsche dealership. He will face the law. A year later, at the school's first character assessment and the scholarship and aid fund awards ceremony, I stood as a presenter. The first to walk up was the frail girl who had once lost her spot to Lily Lin. Had almost dropped out. Her name was Dawn Chin. This past year, she not only ranked first in the department but also organized a volunteer teaching team in her spare time. The moment she took the scholarship certificate from
Thank you, Chin. You showed me that this world still runs on rules and reason.
Chen Chen said, her eyes red.
From now on, I want to be like you and pass on this sharp kind of kindness.
The second to step forward was Xiao Lei from the School of Mechanical Engineering, who once had to wait tables after the low-cost meal window closed. He was exhausted. He fell asleep in class. After serving his punishment, he used his spare time to help the school cafeteria develop an automatic food waste processing system. Not only did he win first prize in the tech competition, he donated all the prize money to a younger student who was worse off.
Chin, I used to think being poor made you right. Now I understand that dignity is something you earn for yourself, not something handed out by others.
I looked at them, and for the first time in over a year, a heartfelt smile appeared on my face.
You did great.
After the ceremony, I walked out of the hall. The sun was shining on the tree-lined paths on campus. Auntie May stood nearby, smiling, serving food to kids who needed it. No one dared say her braised pork was too greasy anymore. And no one dared trample her kindness. My phone screen lit. A message from my dad.
Well done, sweetheart. Come home for dinner tonight. Your mom made your favorite steamed ribs.
I smiled, texted back, okay.
I still believe the world is beautiful. I want to lend a hand to people trapped in dark alleys. Only this time, I'm not just carrying bread.
I've got a shotgun too.